Smith with StampCreatively, and I am creating this morning and also getting ready. I mean, St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow. I may be celebrating a little bit early. I got my mug. This is, we like to take our kids on events instead of giving them presents. So a couple of years ago, we did a Smith family event on St. Patrick's Day, and we got these shirts. And so it does talk about shenanigans. There may have been shenanigans. Okay, there were shenanigans last night at my house. So I don't know if you're like me, but when the hubby goes away, things kind of go a little bit crazy. So Mark's away for a couple of days, and I'm in charge of all 5 animals and everything else that goes on. So it's beautiful in Indiana. It was a beautiful day yesterday. Jax, our white boxer, was out digging holes. He's really good at mole catching. So he was digging a hole to China, and Roxy was his assistant. And so last night, IU, which we're big Indiana fans, played basketball last night. It didn't start till 9:30. So about 10 o'clock, I let all the dogs out, and Roxy came running back in, and she was acting real weird. And I'm like, So I go and check her out, and she's got the mole. I screamed and called 911, and no one really cared. But the mole was about the size of my hand, so it wasn't a small mole. It was big and fat. It looked like a small groundhog. But that mole, it was 10 o'clock at night. I didn't want, No, I wasn't very happy, and no one cared. But I got the mole out of the house. I no longer have a mole in my house, but I didn't like it. Okay, I forgot to put my lipstick on. Well, it's not really lipstick, but I mean, I could line my lips and all that kind of stuff, but that's just too much. So we did have some drama. And again, it only happens when my husband's out of town, and I don't want to deal with it. So I'm getting ready for camp. I've got some great projects. I'm not going to show them all to you right now because I may do videos on them, but I'm going to show you one because it's super cute. I send a little mini video as a teaser in my email to let people kind of know, but I'm going to show you how I made the card. It's really cute. So if you're a demonstrator, sometimes you get things in your head about how you want things to work, and then you have to try to make them work. So I saw this card. Yes, Mama needs her tea this morning. I made it strong. Again, groundhog in the house. Or mole. So I saw somebody do a card where they pulled something out and they pulled it along. And I wasn't sure how they did it. So I watched it and I thought, I need to do that with the hedgehogs. So I made a prototype. And this was the first one. And I knew I needed the hedgehogs to be friends. Okay, so that was card number 1. And then card number 2, the one that they're going to make at camp, I hid my hedgehog so you could only see the butterfly on his nose. Finding a friend is the best discovery of all. It's just so cute. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I did it. It's magic. There's magnets. So when I slide this back underneath and get it where I want it, then I can slide my hedgehog in here and they attach. And then he pulls right back out. Okay, so let me show you how I did that. Okay, so again, nothing I do is hard. Sometimes it just takes a little brain power. It is kind of early in the morning, and again, I had an issue, but I believe in me. So I used this. It's patterned Party Designer Series paper. It's a Hostess only one. If you don't have this, this is a great package of paper. It's got so many colors in it. It goes with so many of our cardstocks. So I chose this pattern and this pattern because I like them both. So I took my Flirty Flamingo. Again, this is Hedgehog Happiness is what I'm using. So I've got my Flirty Flamingo. That's the card base I decided to use. I have my Whisper White, and I have it cut 4 by 5 1/4. I'm using Memento, and then I have a strip of paper that I cut 2 inches by whatever, it doesn't matter, because I'm going to do this. So I'm going to slide this in here. This is our delightful tag topper. It just works. This is supposed to be 2 inches and it's a little wide. So I'm going to trim it down with my handy dandy trimmer. If these punches are just, I mean, if it's a smidge over, it's not going in there. So I'm going to take that smidge off. This is how much I'm trimming off. But it's just going to like me better if I do that. See, now it's going to go in. It was just a smidge. So I'm going to make my tag topper first because I think that's going to work better for me. Okay, so here is my... So now that I've made the tag topper, oh, it's a good length. That's a good length. Sometimes I have to trim off the end. It kind of depends on how much of this I take off. So this hedgehog is stamped on a piece of scrap. Now wait a minute. I'm going to do this because this works better for me. If I do this before I stamp it, then I know better where I want it. Okay, so I know I want my hedgehog over here on this side of paper. Right there. Because that way it's going to punch out better. Oh, but that was dumb. I should have done it up here. Okay, I'm going to do it up there. I'm going to do it up there because I'll just cut this strip off. Again, remember I'm getting ready for camp. So when I do my first sample, I'll have this, and I know that I can trim these sheets this size for everybody to do a hedgehog. Okay, so I'm going to punch out this hedgehog. And you can layer it. It's really cute. Like you can put the top on your hedgehog. There's eyes. There's all kinds of cute things. But I've got enough going on this card. If I do too much, people never go home. So my goal is to get them to create and go home. So I cut a few things out. Like I didn't do everything on the card. So I'm going to put the other hedgehog here. Now I'm going to stick my words. And they just kind of like barely fit. So that's why I have this hedgehog here. Because not that I made a mistake and went ahead and, you know what, I haven't even looked to see if I'm online. I could be doing all this and not even be here. That happens. Oh no, I'm here. Okay, now let me mute myself. Oh, good morning, friends. Hi, Susan. Hi, Carla. Okay, now I can't see comments anymore because I can't stamp and look up. So I've put this hedgehog here, and then I've got this one here. I'm going to add my butterfly. And then I'm going to put a little grass across the bottom. This hedgehog gets some grass. This hedgehog gets some grass. Okay, and so he's going to go right here. All right. I'm going to do, oh, and now I'm going to do this. This is my big tree. So here's my big tree. And then I'm also going to add a little grass. Okay, now I'm going to move this out of the way because I'm always afraid I'm going to make a mess. Move my stamps out of the way. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of coloring. And I kept the coloring pretty simple just because the hedgehog's supposed to be the highlight. You know, the kissing hedgehogs are the highlights. So I'm going to go over their little bodies. Got feet. So my dogs just came flying down the stairs because somebody must be out for a walk. Remember I said it was real pretty in the woods. Okay, so I just used a light crumb cake, and then I'm using the light cinnamon cider and the dark cinnamon ciders. We're going to go around and hit some of those dark spots. And you're probably wondering, now that would have been easier to color if she had left it before she punched it, which is totally fine. You can do that. But I also needed that, I needed to position it before I could finish my stamping. So it was either punch it out a little early or color twice. So there's my little hedgehogs. They're adorable. I went outside the line, so I went like to that punched edge. So those are the cinnamon ciders. Then I used a Flirty Flamingo to hit the inside of his ears because I need those to be a little pink. And then I'm not spending a ton of time coloring these. Again, the cuteness of the card goes with the hedgehogs. Not all this crazy stuff. Okay, so I hit my flowers real quick. That was the flamingo, and then I took the mango. Oh, I forgot. I need a little flirty on my butterfly. And so then here's my butterfly. This is the mango, and I hit the mango with the centers of my pretty flowered tree. I don't know what that flowered tree is, but I want one in my yard because it's beautiful. This is soft suede. I wanted to say that, you know, I look at what's going down and I look at the tip of the Stampin' Right marker and I go soft suede, and then I go, oh, I should check. Okay, now I'm gonna, this is Granny Apple. I'm gonna go over my grass. Again, I could have done the whole thing in blends, but remember, blends show through, and sometimes I have a tendency, I get those in my hands and I lose my coloring brain. And I take too long. With the Stampin' Right markers, I do a better job of just hitting what I want to do. So I'm not even coloring the whole leaf. Again, the hedgehogs are the cute part. All right, done. Now, to do this part, to put the paper on, see how it's kind of, I'm using some foam strips. So it's double foamed in a couple of places, which I'm still okay with. So I'm going to take, first I'm going to take my glue dots. Why do I have such a long piece of glue dot paper? I must have been glue dotting a lot the other day and forgot to take it off. I'm going to take my glue dots. I cut this designer series paper just big enough that I can put a couple glue dots on it. And it'll go across the front. I'm going to put this right across the front here. And snip it off. And then I have, I'll get rid of some of this extra glue dot paper. Then I'm going to take my foam strips. And again, I will have a list. This goes over to YouTube. And I'll put a list on there of everything that I use, so you can get whatever you need, because this is cute. Okay, now they're going to wrestle. Let's see if that really, they really start those shenanigans. I mean, that's definitely a shenanigan. Okay, so I'm going to put this down here, just like this. See, so far not hard. Then over here, I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to put, Roxy is trying to get him to play, and he's like, dude, do you not understand I dug a huge hole yesterday? I'm still a little bit tired, and she does not care. So I'm going to put some foam strip at the top, some foam strip at the bottom, and then I'm going to, shh, Roxy. This is where this guy, make sure I'm at the bottom, goes back here. So I laid this over here so I had a guide. so I know how it goes in. And then I kind of have two stoppers because I have one that goes here and one that's the ribbon. Okay, so now I'm going to move my mess out of the way, take these off, and stick this down. Now I have that, and you can see this is going to slide right in and right out. Oh, look, I can tell this piece of paper, whoever cut that paper, cut it crooked. That would have been me. I'm going to put my bow here at the end. Again, I always cut, tie, then cut. Oh, and I decided to use the gingham. You could have used anything you wanted. We have all kinds of beautiful bright color ribbon. But I used the gingham. One of my favorites. Hey, this is your friendly reminder. We're going to get a new catalog. The discontinued list comes out at the end of the month. And you want to make sure you have, the first thing that goes is all of the refills. So don't forget to get your refills for the ink colors that are going out. You know, you've got things you need, make sure you want to get before it goes away. I added a butterfly to the end of his nose. So now I'm still good. Okay, and I had some pink, the champagne rhinestones that I put on here too. I don't need to take, you don't need to watch me do that. You know how to put a pink rhinestone on. I want to show you how to do this guy. Okay, so again, I want him here. So I bought some magnets. These, I have two different kinds. I have the ones you saw that are a little bit fatter and flatter that I've had for a while, but I needed some more for camp, so I ordered these little guys, and they are little. They're mighty too. And so I'm going to put them on with a glue dot. But what I need to make sure I do is when I put them on with the glue dot, I need to make sure they stick real good. So I'm going to put the glue dot right here, okay, with the magnet, because I want him to be right here. And then what I found works better is if I go ahead and put that magnet so that it's sticking right on top of it, put the glue dot on top of the magnet, and then push her down. Is this the him? This has to be the her because she's got the butterfly on her nose. And then the magnets pull apart. Okay, so now I'm going to slide this in here. And I'm going to put this under here, and I can hear them click. And push that back under. And here we go. There you go, friends. Is that not cute? So if you don't want the back of it to wiggle, you know, like mine wiggled as he slid across, you can add a second magnet, which means he just glides a little smoother, but I don't know that I need a second magnet. I don't mind that there's a little, he said he wiggles a little bit, or she. Here we go. So cute. All right, friends, thanks for joining me. Now you have a little preview of what we're doing at camp. Oh, this one, my glue dot wasn't. You know what? Instead of a glue dot, I might be better to put this on with Tombow. The first set of magnets that I got, I ordered some more and they haven't come in, had adhesive back, so I didn't have to use a glue dot. The glue dot raises it up a little bit, which is not, I mean, that's not horrible, but it just makes me happy. I don't have one grandchild that won't think this is fantastic. So, okay, let me smash these down a little bit more. That helps. I may need to use a little Tombow or something on them next time, because the glue dot just makes it a little bit tall. All right, I need to do it one more time for you. I mean, for me. There you go. All right, friends, you have a fantastic day. Um, thanks for joining me. I like being here with you on Wednesday mornings. I'll have more projects next week. Who knows what it'll be? It'll be past St. Patrick's Day. There'll be no more green on me. Gosh, listen to those two ding-dong heads. All right, friends, have a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.